July 2023. Consider the request of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces for the Republic of Nigeria for the confirmation of 19 nominees for appointment of the Electoral Commissioner's REC for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). And His wisdom, the Senate referred this committee through a referral order dated 20 September 2022 for further legislative action. The confirmation names were read. I don't have to read all of them, but I followed what I have a report on them. The 19 names as Resident Electoral Commissioners of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) was made under the provision of Section 1531F of the Constitution. Further, this request was made pursuant to the provisions Section 1541 of the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. This requires the appointment of chairman and members of any of the bodies so established under Section 153F shall be made by the President, and the appointment shall be subject to confirmation by the Senate. Then I jumped on two paragraphs. The nominees appeared before the committee on 27 September 2022 and were accordingly screened as follows. Ibrahim Abdullahi, MNIA from Adamawa State, has served as Resident Electoral Commissioner (REC) for INEC. Is a security administrator, worked as a security and intelligence officer with the Department of State Services (DSS) from 1984 date. He also successfully contested 2019 general election in Bauchi State, where he served as the Resident Electoral Commissioner (REC) for 2017-2022. He is renominated by Mr. President. That's number one. I'm making brief notifications, sir. As you direct, Mr. President.
I think it's safer for me to be on their side.
I agree with you, Mr. President. So there are 19 nominees. I don't have to go to the CB, but I could mention the names. Professor, just mention the names. Ibrahim Abdullahi, Obo Epeyanga, Cross Rivers, Umar Abdullahi from Taraba, Umar Ibrahim from Taraba, Dr. Ogbote Matthew Olalekia, Ogun State, Professor Samuel E. Igu from Kogi State. All those five were nominated by Mr. President. Then we have Professor Onyeka Pauline Egochi, Imo State, new appointment. We have Professor Mohammed Lom Bashir from Sokoto State, new appointment. Ayo Salami from Professor Ayobami Salami, Oyo State, new appointment. Ambassador Zango Abdulsamad Audu, MNIA Katuna, new appointment. Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Ibu from Ebonyi State, new appointment. Dr. Ogundu Oliver Tasu from Benue State, new appointment. Yomere Gabriel Oristis Lebi from Delta State, new appointment. Yeromi Gabriel Orisem Lebi, also says so, the same person. Professor Hayama Karfi Ibrahim from Kaduna State. Dr. Nura Ali from Kano State. Olu Sylvia Uchenna from Enugu State. Oguchi Sylvia Uchenna from Enugu State. Professor Ahmed Yushau Garki from FCT. Barrister Hudu Yunusa, MNIA from Bauchi State. Professor Uzochukwu Ikeme Kuna Chijoke from Anambra State. Number 18, number Mohammed B. Noura is number 19 from Yobe State. Distinguished, Your Excellency, Senate President, out of the 19 nominees, 5 were reappointed by the President. 4, there are petitions on those 4. We dealt with the petitions and I can read the report on the petitions. While the other 10, they had no petitions at all. The committee received petitions against Dr. Ogundu Oliver Tasson from Benue State, Professor Mohammed Lawan Bashir from Sokoto State, number 3, Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Ogu from Ebonyi State, and Dr. Igochi Pauline Onyeka from Imo State. And in compliance with provision of Section 36 of 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended on rights of fair hearing, the 4 nominees were given the opportunity to defend themselves. I do not have to read all the petitions, but these are the outcome of the petitions. I'm moving at a faster speed. Petition against Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Ogu Ibonyi and Dr. Ogochi Pauline Onyeka. Civil society groups. Now let's go to the findings, sir. Committee's finding. 5 nominees were renominated, 14 nominees were new appointments, 4 out of 19 had petitions submitted. The committee did due diligence on the petition by listening to the defense of the nominees. Order. And carrying out detailed examination of the petition to determine the validity or otherwise of allegations against the 4 nominees, and came up with the following. This is part of the recommendation. Dr. Ogudu Oliver Tasu, no concrete evidence, no sworn affidavit standing the allegation of partisanship was found on this nominee. It is also clear that the purported evidence of his membership card was an attempt at mischief, as his PDP card was dated 2020 and it was signed by the current chairman of the party, which could not be possible because the current chairman was not in office by 2020. Mohammed Lawan Bashir participated in the party APC primaries in 2015 and lost. He, however, according to the record before the committee, disassociated himself from political activities and went back to classroom and continued as a lecturer in the university for the last 4 years. Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Ogu from Ebonyi State was discovered she was a former chief of staff to the governor of Ebonyi State from June 2020 to June 2021, a position which was purely administrative. However, there was no evidence to prove her partisanship. He was given a commendation letter from Ebonyi State government for her excellent performance in the discharge of her administrative duties. Number 4, Dr. Ogochi Pauline Onyeka served in INEC and rose through the rank of 20 years and became a director IT. Firstly, the petition was without sworn affidavit and no evidence was found to validate the allegation, only cut out relating to the allegation of being redeployed because as affiliation to political parties. Copies from the internet were submitted by the petitioner and there was no proof of her being suspended by INEC. Committee's resolution, Mr. President. Members of the committee commended the nominees' imperative curricula by TSCB and satisfactory answers to questions posed, and therefore recommend that all nominees, 19 of them, of Mr. President, be confirmed by the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as Resident Electoral Commissioner (REC) of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Recommendation, Mr. President. After careful scrutinization of all the relevant documents of the nominees and due consideration of their level of exposure, experience, performance, qualification, integrity, and in compliance with the constitutional provisions cited above, the Senate Committee on Federal Electoral Matters hereby recommend as follows: that the Senate do confirm the nomination for appointment of Ibrahim Abdullahi MNI Adama for renewal appointment, Obo O Epanga Cross Rivers for renewal appointment, Alhaji Umar Ibrahim Taraba for renewal appointment, Dr. Aboki Matthew Olaleke Ogun State for renewal appointment, Professor Samuel E. Ugu Kogi for renewal appointment. Onyeka Pauline Ogochi from Imo State, new appointment. Professor Mohammed Lom Bashir Sokoto for new appointment. Number 8, Professor Oyobami Salami from Oyo State. Number 9, Ambassador Zongo Abdusamadu Audu, MNI, Katsina State, new appointment. Number 10, Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Ugu Ibonyi, new appointment. Number 11, Dr. Ogundu Oliver Tasu Binway, new appointment. Number 12, Yomeri Gabriel Oris Sam Lebi, Delta State, new appointment. Professor Yahya Makarfi Kaduna, new appointment. Number 14, Dr. Nura Ali Ronkano, new appointment. Number 15, Ogu Sylvia Ochena Inugu from Inugu State, new appointment. Number 16, Ahmed Yushau Garki, FCT, new appointment. Number 17, Barisa Hudu Yunusa MNI from Bauchi, new appointment. Number 18, Professor Ozuchuku Ikema Funa Chijioke, Anambra State, new appointment. And finally, Mohammed bin Noura from Yobe State, new appointment. All of them as resident electoral commissioners, right, of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, on behalf of the members of this committee, I wish mostly sincerely thank His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Lawan, GCON, President of the Senate, other principal officers, and indeed the entire distinguished members of this Senate for giving the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters the opportunity to serve
The National Electoral Commission. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Thank you. Confirmation. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Ibrahim Abdullah MNI from Adamawa State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Ibrahim Abdullah MNI from Adamawa State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Obo O. Efanga from Cross River State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Obo O. Efanga from Cross River State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Alhaji Umar Ibrahim from Taraba State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Alhaji Umar Ibrahim from Taraba State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Agboke Mitiu Olaleke from Ogun State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Ogboke Mitiu Olaleke from Ogun State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor Samuel E. Egu from Kogi State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Professor Samuel E. Egu from Kogi State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Onyeka Pauline Ogochi from Imo State as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Onyeka Pauline Ogochi from Imo State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Mohammed Lawal Bashar from Professor Mohammed Lawal Bashar from Sokoto State as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Professor Mohammed Lawal Bashar from Sokoto State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor Ayo Bami Salami from Oyo State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Professor Ayo Bami Salami from Oyo State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Ambassador Zango Abdusamadu Abdu MNI from Katsina State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Ambassador Zango Abdusamadu Abdu MNI from Katsina State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Agu from Ebonyi State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Mrs. Queen Elizabeth Agu from Ebonyi State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Agundu Oliver Tasu from Benue State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Ogundu Oliver Tasu from Benue State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Yomeri Gabriel Orisemlebi from Delta State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Yomeri Gabriel Orisemlebi from Delta State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor Yahaya Makarfi Ibrahim from Kaduna State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Professor Yahaya Makarfi Ibrahim from Kaduna State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Noura Ali from Kano State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Noura Ali from Kano State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Agu Sylvia Uchenna from Enugu State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Agu Sylvia Uchenna from Enugu State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Ahmed Yusha'u Garki from FCT as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Ahmed Yusha'u Garki from FCT is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor of Barrister Hudu Yunusa, MNI from Bauchi State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Barrister Hudu Yunusa, MNI from Bauchi State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor Uzochukwu Ikemefuna, TJK, from Anambra State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Professor Uzochukwu Ikemefuna, TJK, is here from Anambra State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Mohammed B. Noura from Yobe State as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. The nomination of Mohammed B. Noura from Yobe State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Congratulations to all of them, and we wish them the best of tenure, and Nigerians will be looking up to them putting their best. And the baptism of fire, I'm sure, will start pretty soon, because there are hardly any off-season, major off-season elections. So they will be challenged to do their best during the 2023 general elections. But these are people who are very capable, and we believe that they are also people of integrity, and they will bring to bear all those attributes and traits that they possess. We wish them God guidance, and congratulations once again on behalf of the Senate. Leader of the Senate. Yes.